me. Here.
International sculptor Andrew Rogers is building a chain of massive stone sculptures around the world. Using ancient symbols and elements of the earth, Rhythms of Life is an exercise in dreaming boldly. It's about sculptured land art of colossal scale, involving over 5,000 people on 6 continents. His vision, to create one of the largest contemporary land art projects on Earth that will link cultures and memories around the globe. So far, Andrew has worked in Israel, Chile, Bolivia, Sri Lanka, Iceland, India and Australia. Now the natural theatre for these creations moves to Slovakia. Spissky Hard in Slovakia is one of Europe's greatest castles at an ancient crossroads of history. This land has been ravaged by war for centuries. International sculptor Andrew Rogers and his team have come to Slovakia to build 2 giant sculptures or geoglyphs nearby.
So where is this and this?
This is like state.
So why can't we do that? So this is the orientation we need for the horse, in between the rocks. This is the coin that inspired me to create that image on Spiss Castle.
There are many clues left on this land of a Celtic settlement long before the arrival of the Slavs. Dr. Soyak explains the origins of some curious coins found nearby, engraved with a striking horse, which represented godhood in the Celtic pantheon.
No problem.
Okay,
no problem.
Perfect. So that's what we do. We put this in this orientation here.
Using satellite GPS and 1,200 pegs, the surveyors lay out an image of the horse. Technology certainly makes the job easier than it would have been for the people who built geoglyphs thousands of years earlier.
We're very lucky to be able to build up here in the mountains of the High Tatras, in an area renowned for its beauty, its medieval towns and its wonderful relics. This is an area that also has UNESCO protection. There's no substitute for climbing up and getting out and really sighting the piece of land art properly. What you're going to do here is very unusual, and what we're going to do here is going to be here for a long time. This coin was found in this castle. It's about 2,000 years old, and what we're going to do is make this image on the ground here.
And we build the wall from the line inside. We will build it 75 centimeters wide, and it will be eventually at least 1 meter high. We will use the bigger rocks for the first level, and after you go 3 meters with one level, you start raising the second level.
Building begins using travertine, a rock that has been used for centuries in this area by Hungarian and Slav dynasties. It's the same rock used to construct the towers, ramparts and secret passages of the castle.
Thank you.
Okay, so you measure 75 centimeters, okay? So we don't get it wrong. But it has to be very precise. Make sure you
But Slovakia people is very clever. And okay?
Andrew has employed some stonemasons and tradesmen from the local Romani village to help build. The Romani people, also known as Gypsies, have a long and colourful history in this area. Relations with the dominant Slav population have not always been amicable, but things are improving, and certainly this project aims to bring people together and resolve differences.
And we're going to build 1 meter.
Here, this needs to be tight against that, yeah? Move that in, everything tight.
Andrew meets the local Romani mayor, Marian Mizigar, from the village of Zera, to reassure him that his people will be embraced by this project.
The idea behind this is to have everybody involved in the whole community. So I wanted to make sure that the Romani people that are coming here have work to do. So we're going to give them their own section to work on.
Decided to help you as much
No,
as I can.
we'll get everybody working. Don't worry. Everybody that wants to do something can do something.
Všetci budú nejak pracovať, len sa to musí nejak zorganizovať. Všetci budú mať.
Everyone. From the sky, the horse has such a strong, evocative form. For me, it really does capture the spirit of the Celts and their feeling for the land.
Andrew Rogers has come to Slovakia to build 2 sculptures. The second one, Rhythms of Life, has already been built in 11 countries. This one will be built on the wonderful Tatra mountains that separate Poland from Slovakia. The second geoglyph will be situated in the High Tatras, in Stary Šmogovec. It's a wonderful natural theatre for the dramatic sculpture, a giant metaphor for life and the human journey. When they arrive at the site, Andrew Rogers and Israeli architect Tidda Becker pace out the land to check out the logistics and orientation.
Okay, that's perfect. And what a view. So your measurements are from a map?
At the surveyor's office, the latest technology assists placement of the Rhythms of Life geoglyph. This same geoglyph has been built in some of the most remote places on Earth, like Iceland, Chile and Nepal, with only the most basic equipment. So it's quite unusual for the team to enjoy this type of innovation.
And I think it looks so good that we're not going to build it. We go home now. We really want big rocks. The bigger the better, because they're round, and so to stack them so they don't fall off. An important detail is the selection of rocks for the sculpture. Rocks and earth aren't just the basic components of our Earth's geography. They're the building blocks of history, of civilizations, old and new. They allow me to use my imagination. It's actually a very beautiful rounded granite boulder. So we need a lot of large rocks. So you can see a lot of small ones here, but I hope there's enough large ones underneath. Igor, I hope there's enough large ones underneath, yeah?
Having checked the plans and given instructions for the Rhythms of Life sculpture, Andrew comes back to the castle to continue work on the Celtic horse. But before that, he takes some time to reflect on his work.
So I can walk through this beautiful field of flowers and I can think, well, we've sat in 2 meetings today and we've visited the site twice. The walls are looking good. The stonemasons are doing a great job. My Romanians are proud of their work and really enjoying it. And what's more special than this flower power? Look at this, the power of yellow. And think about things that are important in life. Some of the best things are free.
Okay, now we can build. And now we need to put something like this.
Vedľa na tú kôpku, lebo potom nebudete môcť vidieť. The work is very unique, you know, they've never been asked to do something like this before. So, you know, there's a problem with big rocks, little rocks, they don't understand why they should put the rocks on top of each other like this and not in this sort of way. They're enjoying their work and there's laughter. They're having a good time.
Well, the Romanian people normally in this area aren't given a lot of opportunities. So one of the things I wanted to address here was that situation. I want to give them the opportunity to be part of the history and the heritage of this area. How are you?
On the weekend, the Romani mayor invites Andrew to visit his village.
Veľmi pekne, naozaj to oceňujem.
And thank you for the help to make the land art.
A ďakujeme za to, že ste nám pomohli s krajinným umením.
The stonemasons are very good.
Tí kamenári sú naozaj veľmi dobrí.
Na tom symbole, ktorý tam bude.
I'm very glad you're happy with our work and we are very happy that we can be a part of such a great thing and we are part of the symbol.
I think it's important.
In the past, Romani people have often lived on the outskirts of Slovakia's villages. Their traditional nomadic lifestyle was discouraged. Now the Slovakian government is building new settlements to improve their living standards. This is just one of the many new villages that have been built for them. Today, a first communion is taking place. It's an important time for the Romani community, Slovakia's second largest minority group. It's a chance for the whole community to come together and celebrate what makes them different, to honour the sacred and enjoy their unique Romani traditions that have survived and evolved over time.
So the wall looks very good. We have to fill all the holes because this ground is very steep. Must have very big rocks on the bottom, like yesterday. Must make it vertical and fill all the holes inside, no gaps.
It's wonderful to be able to share the lives and cultures of our workers. It makes the work interesting. There's more appreciation and understanding of differences.
But will it hold the single layer of those round rocks? We've got this roll of the hill there.
The site chosen for Rhythms of Life presents problems because the land is steep. This means the foundations have to be strong. These kinds of issues can really delay construction if they're not resolved quickly.
Completely, like it's like this.
So
Now the team is concerned with the size of the boulders. They won't be stable.
No, we don't have here none.
None of them are big enough? We didn't get large rocks that we can use for the borders, so we can't build. I need the big rocks here or we won't finish. They're not being hand-picked because this is all the dirt. They must do it with a shovel.
Igor, the person in charge of logistics, tries to obtain suitable rocks.
Why are they standing up? Why aren't they flat? It needs to be on its broadest side. It needs to be flat to hold the grounds. So if these rocks look good because they're big enough and strong enough that they'll hold everything properly. You have to be on a site because if you're not there, things don't happen as efficiently and quickly as you would like them to happen. Because we wanted two disparate sites, very different in terms of where they're located, one in the Tatra Mountains and one in front of an ancient castle, you have to put up with a lot of travel. So it's taking normally about an hour to come between each site. So it's difficult to dance at two weddings at the same time, but you've just got to put up with it and make it work. It's tiring, but that's how it is.
Another day begins. The problems haven't gone away.
All of this has to be fixed. these are the wrong way, yeah? So if I pull this out, look, yeah, if that snake's not there, it's all the way down the hill. See, this is no good like that. That rock is relying on that piece of timber. That has to be fixed and laid flat. This is dangerous, yeah? You don't put this rock like this, it rolls down, yeah? You put it this way, and then it can't roll. This is no good there either, yeah? Close that a little bit.
Finally, Andrew's persistence has paid off. Some bigger rocks have arrived that will allow completion of the sculpture.
They understand, tell them take those away. So there mustn't be any small stones, there can only be big ones. So I think that looks quite good and quite safe because there's nothing along the front. You're worried about things like this if that's not there? No. It's a great relief to see the work nearing completion and be able to do the finishing touches. Good. So Igor, it looks very good on the top. They're big flat stones, so just put them on the top, doesn't matter. Seeing the sculpture complete gives it a whole new perspective. I love working with large-scale forms in nature, then seeing the majestic earth that frames the work.
So many people have worked hard to make rhythms of life possible, to turn it from an idea into a giant land sculpture.
And I've been told sometimes you will eat your words, but I've never been told you will eat your sculpture. Okay. I want to say thank you.
It's Sunday, a day off. But some of the local Slovaks who've been working on the site are involved in recreating their history in the shadow of Spissky Hard castle, reenacting an ancient battle that once took place here.
This project is all about evoking memory. It's really interesting for me to see how important memory and history are for the local Slovaks, because our project is also about keeping the past alive for future generations.
Andrew's day off takes him to some historical towns in the area, which was once a cosmopolitan centre of art and culture.
This medieval town of Slovakia is very interesting. It has a magnificent cathedral, a splendid town hall, and is surrounded by interesting buildings. But one of the things that I haven't seen is this cage of shame. So it's a very public place to put people to humiliate them. Peter, good to see you again. This is my third visit here. So this is a Bronze Age bracelet, about 2,500 years old. Ancient skulls were found in this area. It's not every day that you get to hold a skull that's 3,500 years old.
This is one of the largest wooden altars in Europe, depicting St. George slaying the dragon.
Everybody knows Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. This one in the town of Poprad in Slovakia is probably not so well known, but it's very interesting. You can see it depicts merriment, you can see the artist depicting himself there, probably debating with his patron about fees, and it's a very interesting work because it is a sculpture, and here I am doing sculpture just not far away. I want all of these stones picked up from there and brought over here.
Sculpture on such a large scale is an enormous feat. Andrew's land art demands the focus and cooperation of many different peoples.
It took a while for the different groups with different ethnic backgrounds to get to understand each other and work in a harmonious manner, but they're doing it very well now, and it's pleasing to see. And each group has their own area to work in. What's good to see here is they have pride in workmanship, and they really want to demonstrate it and show it to you. Geoglyphs have an imposing scale, even in massive desert landscapes with great expanses of sky, and definitely here with the dramatic background of Spissky Hard castle. It's a beautiful hot sunny day. Look, and they're taking their t-shirts off, and look what you see, beautiful artwork. I hope this sculpture will be a legacy for the workers, for their children and their children's children, who can take pride in what their ancestors built.
The team finishes the final touches on a piece of art that will exhibit for years in this amazing gallery with no walls.
It's a little bit crazy, but it's okay. I like this idea. It will be great.
This synagogue I am standing in is only a stone's throw from Spissky Castle. 600 people used to worship here. I think about these people that lived and laughed and breathed and lived in Slovakia, along with 80,000 Romanis that were also slaughtered during the Second World War. Jews now constitute a very small population in Slovakia, the smallest Jewish population in Europe. I hope the work helps create a fulcrum of contemplation where these sorts of atrocities are not forgotten. Who knows what a trail of inspiration this work may leave behind. You couldn't exactly miss it if you're passing through the area. And in future, it will become a piece of local history, telling the story.
Okay?
I'm going to show you a picture of what this is that you're sitting in. How many people think they know what this is? A horse. Okay, so this is what we built here. And this project is about remembering what happened in the past. So we thought this was a good symbol to remind everybody about history. This celebration really makes me think about the importance of memory for Romani people. All art, be it sculpture, music or dance, is passed on from generation to generation, giving us a sense of who we are and where we belong. It's wonderful that these traditions have lasted through wars and other challenges. This project is for all of you, and I have to say thank you. This last part is an exciting time for me, when our work is finished and yet the work of art has only just begun its life. I love seeing the complete sculpture from the sky. Our ancestors who built geoglyphs didn't have this privilege. For me, it's a reminder that every generation, given the chance, leaves its own contribution, makes its own memories for future generations to enjoy.